This question is asking, does food later in the day affect your circadian rhythms more negatively than light exposure? When you do some research, then you're gonna find that blue light at night really is quite scary stuff and is gonna shut down melatonin production. Melatonin is the sleep hormone and it's one of the most powerful antioxidants that's gonna help to conduct many repair processes in the brain and the body. If you inhibit melatonin, then you're gonna lower growth hormone, which makes it more difficult for you to burn fat and build muscle. And you will also prevent the brain from clearing out the toxins that get accumulated there during the day. But does eating late at night have the same effect? Theoretically, if you spend the entire day fasting, then you're suppressing your food circadian rhythm, and you're only activating it in the evening when you're starting to eat. However, there are different things that can offset the food circadian rhythm without having to break the fast. Drinking water and things like coffee or apple cider vinegar, they're gonna stimulate certain metabolic processes in the liver, which can then set off the liver's circadian rhythm without breaking the fast. You don't need to be eating a lot of calories to trigger the circadian processes or to affect it either. The same is with light. Even just a tiny bit of blue light at night can already suppress melatonin production and inhibit your sleep quality. The same is with autophagy. Even just a small amount of excess calories is gonna break autophagy and it's gonna start the feeding cycle. When it comes to OMAD and eating most of your food later in the day, then I would say that it's not gonna have any negative effect on circadian rhythms directly because it's not the most influential factor. And, fasting and time-restricted feeding, they have other health benefits. Light and movement are much more powerful signals of circadian rhythms, and eating food later in the day will be used based on the physiological conditions of the body, i.e. how insulin sensitive you are, at what point, what's your glycogen status, and how long you've been fasting. You can already have started the food circadian rhythm in the liver by, drinking some coffee or drinking some apple cider vinegar during the daytime. So there is no mismatch in the sense that you're not missing out on the activation of these metabolic processes. You'll simply turn them on and you'll stay in a fasted state. And staying in a fasted state is probably not going to have any negative effects on your circadian rhythms just by itself. Fasting can only have a negative impact on circadian rhythms and your health if it's gonna disrupt your sleep. If you eat too much food too close to bedtime, then your gut is gonna have to spend extra energy on digestion. This can make you sleep worse. It's gonna prevent your brain from going into deeper stages of sleep, prevent the clearance of beta amyloids and other antioxidant processes. During the night, the body would naturally start to cool itself down as to preserve energy and go into repair mode. Your core temperature would drop. However, eating and digesting food, it can raise your core temperature, which is going to take away energy from those repair processes. Eating at night can also cause bloating, constipation, weight gain, and other digestive issues because in order to break down food and digest it, you need to produce a lot of stomach acid and enzymes. If you eat a ton of food and then lay on your back, sit on a couch for the coming night, then you may get acid reflux. You may stop producing hydrochloric acid, which may stop all digestive processes as well. While you're sleeping, the food will then start to sit there in your stomach, and you will only start to resume digesting it after waking up in the morning. This is gonna make you feel like you're in a food coma, because first, you didn't get enough deep sleep. Second, you're still digesting the food from the night before. And third, certain foods may have begun to ferment in the small intestine, especially fructose and carbohydrates, because they got stuck there for the entire night. And this can cause leaky gut, some bacterial overgrowth, autoimmune disorders, and brain fog. So it's not a good idea to be eating immediately before going to bed. It depends on the type of food and what macronutrients there are in the meal, but you should expect to digest the food that you eat for at least 4 hours. The optimal time frame for stopping eating before sleeping would be about 2 to 4 hours at least.
Do you ever stop eating?
In conclusion, light is more important of a circadian signaler than food, but you definitely don't want to eat a lot of food right before going to bed. The optimal time frame to stop eating for the night is about 2 to 4 hours, and you would sleep a lot better if you don't have a lot of food sitting in your stomach.
Fact is it?
Body-mind empowerment.
Get stronger, faster, smarter, quicker, friendlier, more helpful, more driven.
Everything the body needs.
Control your mind.